Hi guys, Rahul this side on behalf of Revsportz and alongside me Somnath, and you can see the iconic VIPK stadium behind us, and this very stadium going to stage one of the most intriguing Kolkata Derby on 17th of May. Of course, we have witnessed several Kolkata Derby in the recent year, but this derby for no doubt is going to be one of the most anticipated game, because this derby could be the league decider in the ongoing ISL, because as of now in the points table, if you see, both Mohun Bagan and East Bengal are even Steven with 22 points from equal number of games. So whoever wins the derby will go ahead in the ISL title race. But in this video we are going to discuss about some key talking points regarding the upcoming Kolkata Derby. Of course, head to head, because most likely for the first time in the last 5 or 6 years, or since the inception of both Mohun Bagan and East Bengal in the ISL, this derby I think will be 50-50. And also this derby will be the first Kolkata Derby for Mohun Bagan head coach Sergio Lobera, and his Spanish counterpart, that is Oscar Bruzon, who is the head coach of East Bengal, has already announced that he will part ways with East Bengal by the end of this season. So this could be his last Kolkata Derby, and many talking points in this video. Obviously, our first topic, Somnath, as I already mentioned, that since the inception of East Bengal in ISL, they have already played, I think we have already witnessed 10 Kolkata Derby in ISL, and East Bengal are still in search of their first victory in the ISL Kolkata Derby. But for the very first time this season, East Bengal is going into this Kolkata Derby as favourite.
Yeah, it can be said obviously. Before this season, particularly in 5 ISL seasons, obviously these two sides faced each other 10 times, and Mohun Bagan has won 9 of the Kolkata Derbys, and East Bengal only drew once back in the 23-24 season under Carlos Quadrat. But apart from that, none of the Kolkata Derbys East Bengal were the winner, and obviously Mohun Bagan dominated this fixture in this very ISL. And this time obviously we can expect some major changes in fortune, in fate, and even in performances. Even in this ISL season, we have witnessed East Bengal play some good football, obviously having attacking transition, having defensive solidity, and it can be said that East Bengal has an edge over Mohun Bagan in this Kolkata Derby. But as we know that Kolkata Derby is always 50-50, and who knows who will win the Kolkata Derby. Obviously, if we talk about Mohun Bagan, they have that consistency to win leagues year after year. We can see in the previous 2 seasons, ISL double, then a season before that ISL Shield. Mohun Bagan has that temperament obviously, but the recent form has been a concern for Mohun Bagan. But on the other hand, if you talk about East Bengal FC, then obviously this year can be a turnaround for them, because they have a few players who can make the difference for them obviously. But for Mohun Bagan, things are looking a bit shaky, but who knows who will win the Kolkata Derby on 17th May.
Absolutely, derby is always 50-50, but recent form, also balance of both the teams, says that East Bengal this time, for the first time in the ISL, they will be walking into this Kolkata Derby as favourite, because we have to consider the recent form of Mohun Bagan Supergiant as well. They have been struggling, and that is evident again. That was evident against FC Goa, and also in the recent game against Inter Kashi. Mohun Bagan failed to get 3 points against FC Goa, who are playing with just 2 foreigners, and also against Inter Kashi, who are 10th in the points table. But obviously, our next talking point will be about the 2 head coaches. First of all, obviously I will come to Sergio Lobera, because he has taken charge of Mohun Bagan before the start of this ISL, and of course Mohun Bagan got off to a flying start, but then the struggle was evident. Mohun Bagan lost points against Bengaluru FC, they lost against Mumbai City FC, then lost due to a late winner from Jamshedpur FC in the 93rd minute, and then in the last 2 games Mohun Bagan played out one goalless draw, and also 1-1 against FC Goa. So the struggle has been evident for Mohun Bagan under Sergio Lobera. One thing is clear, that the play style, that philosophy that we have seen, FC Goa, Mumbai City FC or Odisha FC, the play style they have implemented in the ISL under Sergio Lobera, but so far the Spanish head coach is yet to replicate in this Mohun Bagan team. Of course, he is trying his best to implement his play style, his philosophy, but it seems like the players are struggling a bit to adjust to his philosophy. So, and also again, you will have to consider the fact that Sergio Lobera didn't get the freedom to sign his own players that he did in Odisha, in Mumbai and Goa. Everywhere he went, he carried Hugo Bumos or Murtada Fall, or many Indian players as well alongside him. But in Mohun Bagan, he couldn't make a single signing. So of course that is also a factor. But this Kolkata Derby is going to be the first derby. I think for the first time is going to taste a Kolkata Derby. of course there will be pressure, there will be a lot of expectation, and also the recent form doesn't help Mohun Bagan. So we'll have to see how Sergio Lobera and his team play in the upcoming Kolkata Derby. How actually Mohun Bagan fare in the upcoming Kolkata Derby under Sergio Lobera in his first Kolkata Derby. But coming to Oscar Bruzon, he has already showed what East Bengal is capable of this season. Also under his coaching, this season East Bengal is still unbeaten in the Kolkata Derby. And of course fans will miss him because as I have already mentioned that in the last 4 or 5 years East Bengal fans they have forgotten that fact that they can also work as a favourite in the Kolkata Derby, but Oscar Bruzon made them believe. So about Oscar Bruzon.
Absolutely, and coincidentally, in the previous season, Oscar Bruzon started his East Bengal stint with the Kolkata Derby. The day East Bengal was set to play the first Kolkata Derby in the previous season, Oscar Bruzon had a leverage of skipping the Kolkata Derby and starting the East Bengal stint after that derby. But he chose to sit in the Derby dugout, sit in the East Bengal dugout and witness the Derby. Obviously, he lost the match by 2-0, but which shows the Oscar Bruzon character here in East Bengal. A very special term he uses in the press conference to show the mentality of the East Bengal player. He uses a term called theory of crush. That means he by pressing 90 minutes, by playing attacking football, he wants the opposition, he wants his team to crush the opposition with their attacking intent. And obviously Oscar Bruzon has done many special things here in East Bengal. If you talk about Derby, obviously Oscar Bruzon is still has still not won a Kolkata Derby in ISL. But if you talk about the other tournaments, especially this season, be it the Durand Cup, be it the Super Cup, be it any other derby, obviously Oscar Bruzon had an edge over Mohun Bagan, and he is still undefeated this season in the Kolkata Derby, which shows the character this team possesses. Obviously, if you talk about the Durand Derby, pretty decent outing for East Bengal. Obviously, if you talk about the Super Cup Derby, they have knocked out Mohun Bagan by drawing that match. Obviously, if you talk about the IFA Shield, obviously Mohun Bagan had an edge over the tiebreaker, but still East Bengal played brilliantly, which forces us obviously to believe that in this Kolkata Derby East Bengal will be the favourites to say the least.
Absolutely, East Bengal are still unbeaten in Kolkata Derby so far this season. Of course, Oscar Bruzon most likely in his last Kolkata Derby would again likely to replicate the earlier result in the upcoming Kolkata Derby as well. But coming to our fourth talking point, it will be whether any team is going to miss any key player due to injuries or due to card problem. For East Bengal part I will come to Somnath, but for Mohun Bagan there is no such card problem. There is no card problem, no suspensions, but there is one injury concern, and that is regarding Apuya's availability, because Apuya has missed the Interkashi game due to an injury. He suffered hamstring injury for which he has missed a couple of games. Against Northeast United FC also he missed, but against FC Goa he made a return after recovering from the hamstring injury. But I think that was a risky decision by Sergio Lobera to make him play against FC Goa, and that actually backfired Mohun Bagan because Apuya was forced to limp off the pitch at the half time, and he missed the Interkashi game, and now that sparks concern that whether he will be available for the upcoming Kolkata Derby or not. Of course, we'll have to keep a close eye on Mohun Bagan training to check out whether Apuya will be available or not for Mohun Bagan. But I doubt whether he will be available and whether he will be available to play the whole 90 minutes or not in the Kolkata Derby, because Apuya is one of the key figure in Mohun Bagan midfield. Mohun Bagan midfield looks completely different with Apuya's presence. So now it remains to be seen whether he will be available, and also whether he will be available to play more than 60 or 70 minutes, because that will also define the result of Kolkata Derby for Mohun Bagan as well. Coming to East Bengal, any card problem, any injury problem?
Yes, we are saying that East Bengal are the favourites in this Kolkata Derby, but concerns are there for East Bengal as well, especially in the midfield. East Bengal will miss 3 key players in their midfield. One is Souvik Chakraborty because of card suspension. He has received 4 yellow cards, so then and there he is not available for the Kolkata Derby. Saul Crespo, one of the prolific players in this.
So the only local player who was most likely to play for East Bengal in this Kolkata Derby is going to miss this derby. So
absolutely, and the second player, if we talk about, obviously it will be Saul Crespo, one of the prolific players of East Bengal in the midfield. He has played. He has the experience of playing number of derbies, numerous derbies. I think he is one of the most experienced player in the Kolkata Derby. around 8 to 9 matches he has played against Mohun Bagan, so obviously he will miss the Kolkata Derby due to a muscle tear, and he is ruled out for the remaining of the matches, remaining of the 2 matches, and this is a huge blow for East Bengal. That means East Bengal will have to field their 4 foreigners, Yusuf Ezari, Miguel Ferreira, Mohammad Rashid and Kevin Sibi, and the pressure on Mohammad Rashid will be tremendous because of the unavailability of Saur Crespo. And another midfielder, Naurem Mahir Singh, he was ruled out earlier and he will not be available for the remainder of the season. And the problem for East Bengal here is they do not have a proper central midfielder in the derby. Most likely they will play Jigsan Singh or Anton Sobag in the midfield, or it might be Elban Larindika, but still if you talk about the bench, there is no central midfielder for East Bengal, and then and there the duty on Mohammad Rashid, Miguel Ferreira, Jigsan Singh will be tremendous obviously in this 17th Kolkata Derby fixture.
Absolutely, and the equation of the points table is currently is also a bit interesting, because the last 2 games for both the Kolkata Giant obviously must win, East Bengal and Mohun Bagan. I mean, if any team wins the Kolkata Derby, they will very much ahead in the title race, and again another team will have to make count their opportunity in the final match week, because in the final match week that will be played on 21st May, Mohun Bagan will be playing against Sporting Club Delhi at the VIBK Stadium from 7:30, and from the same kickoff time East Bengal will be playing against Intergashi at Kishore Bharati Kirangan, which is around 5 to 6 kilometers from this very venue. So that is going to be an unique situation, and make us remember those old I-League days. And on the last day, 3-4 matches used to be going on, and we used to be glued to television or mobile screen to check out which team is leading in the points table. So again, those old days are back. So last few days in this ISL is really going to be intriguing for us. Now it remains to be seen whether it will be Mohun Bagan who will complete their hat-trick of ISL Shield, or it will be East Bengal who are going to clinch their first ISL title. For that we'll obviously have to wait and check out. So that's it for now. What's your opinion, your expectation from the upcoming Kolkata Derby? Let us know in the comment section below. But for more update for the upcoming Kolkata Derby and Indian football, stay tuned to Revsportz. Thanks for watching. See you in our next video.